What's up, guys? Skippy Choo here, back with another mini podcast. It's been a little bit. I've been real busy with school and stuff, but we have our midterms coming up this week. We'll get a little break with fall break, so I'm excited for that because goddamn, I need one. And I haven't played any zombies. I guess since the last time I uploaded, so that was about a week ago or so, but. In this video, I want to talk about a few things, but before I talk about anything, I want to say thank you all for the comments that you've left on the last videos. It really means a lot to me that I have support, and even though it's like a small little group of people, you know, it still means a lot to me, even though it's just one or two people. So thank you all for all that and the support. The first thing I want to talk about, I guess, is the big one in my eyes, and that's the wow, I really just got a 1%. I really just got a nuke. That's crazy. Where's that look on Call of the Dead, man? I actually can't believe it happened. Anyways, the first thing I want to talk about today is the voting that's taken place for the song speedrun community going forward. I haven't seen the results yet, but regardless of what the results are, I think it's a step in the right direction. And I think going forward, if we can grow our community with the infrastructure that other communities have failed to grow off of, then we can become something bigger. And that's what I'm excited for. And I hope to influence other communities. I guess we're all one big community, but I guess different categories for Black Ops Zombies, and to show them like how to do stuff the best way possible. Also need to make sure I can't die now because zombies aren't one shot. But yeah, I will be posting the results hopefully later today. I am a bit busy with school today. Like I said, I have some midterms. But I do hope to get that in today so I can get that information to you all and figure it out for myself. I guess that's the important thing I had to talk about, but I was asked in the previous video if I could talk about some stuff about my favorite song speedruns or just song speedrunning in general. I guess just to put some more knowledge out there just about all the runs. So the first question I'm going to answer is, what are my favorite songs? We had this discussion in the Discord, I think a few days ago, if I remember, maybe a couple of days ago, about what are the best songs from Black Ops 1, and we had a conversation about it. I think my answer was either 115 or Not Ready to Die, which is Kino der Toten and Call of the Dead, respectfully. I'm not a big... I guess... I don't know what the exact term for the genre is. Heavy metal or just regular metal? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that genre, but I do enjoy it sometimes. It's like there's a certain feeling you can create with that kind of music. So I really like that. I'm trying not to get too nerdy about stuff because I am a music major at my university, so I'll save the deep dive for a later mini podcast. Man, I'm stuffed now. Wash. But those two would probably have to be my favorite. Some other just good ones. I think Varux is good. Lullaby of a Dead Man, I'm pretty sure is what it is. I really like that one. Forgot what the song is on this map, but I think this one's pretty good too. I can't remember, but I just like the general vibes. I would say from Black Ops 2, my favorite song would be What would my favorite song be? Absolutely Origins with Avenged Sevenfold and what's that song? Shepherd of Fire. That one's just a classic. I also like Rusty Cage from Mob of the Dead. I flick was too sharp. I think those are my favorites from Black Ops 2. I think my absolute favorite would have to be... I mean, 115 is just iconic. But my absolute favorite, though? I don't know. I kind of want to say Shepherd of Fire from Origins. I mean, that map is not only iconic, but so is the song that goes with it. Because everyone remembers the trailer for it. Or I guess like the opening cutscene. So yeah, I guess those would be my favorite songs. And the next question is going to be for my favorite song, Speedruns. Now, this is a tricky one because I hate speedrunning. That was a joke. Okay. Damn, man. I'm sucky. My favorite song, Speedruns. I haven't really thought about this. Like, what's my absolute favorite? I would have to say... Keenan or Toad would have to be one of them. It's just a map that utilizes all the skills that you learn from other maps. And I really enjoyed that part of it. And also, it's Keenan or Toad, so who wouldn't like it? Maybe... I don't want to say that. Moon? Moon has caused me so much strife. It's extremely RNG dependent, but it is pretty fun, I guess. I guess I'll come out and say that Moon is kind of fun. When everything goes your way. There are other days, though, where you're just getting dogged on, and there's just nothing you can do about it, and that's when Moon's not fun. But I would say Moon would be pretty fun. And also, right now, there's 5 different songs that you can do. One a co-op. One's co-op only, so... If you like Moon, or want to get an easy record, I wouldn't say they're easy, but... easier than most. Go check out Moon. What other maps are there? I kind of like Ascension's song speedrun. Me and Toucan have traded it back over the past year with different strats and stuff like that. So I don't really know what's the best strat, so that's why I think it's kind of fun. There's different strats you can do with the routing. There's different strats that you can do with the weapons that you buy and how you organize your points and all that. So I think since the map is so big and it requires so many points, you really need to either have an idea of what you want to do beforehand, or you can be like me and just change the strat after every failed run and be like, okay, the strat sucks, and then go back to it like 10 runs later. I'd say those would probably be my favorite. On Black Ops 2, Mob of the Dead with the new strats that were found, I thought that was pretty fun. I still think Transit's pretty fun, but the RNG, it's only like pure RNG based, so it is pretty frustrating if you don't get it, but I mean, it's zombies. What isn't RNG based at this point? I feel like I'm forgetting a map somewhere. That was really bad. Oh, I also like Varrock speedruns, but only 2-player. I mean, I guess solo's kind of fun. You just have to get real lucky. Whatever. What map at this point do you not have to get real lucky to get a record at? Dang, I thought that one was it. So I guess those are my answers for that. Basically, since I suck at movement, obviously, The movement-based ones aren't my favorite, so Buried, I still kind of like Call of the Dead, but for a reason that isn't movement-based. That was a bad strafe. I'm not a fan of Nocturne Totem, since it's pure mechanical skill, and I'm obviously lacking, which is why I run the RNG, do the RNG runs. But yeah, I'd say those are my answers for that. The next one that I was about to talk about is unique runs. I think that every single run, like I've said, requires a lot of RNG. That's just the point that we're at. It doesn't matter if you do round speed runs, first room, song speed runs, Easter egg speed runs. No matter what, you're gonna have to get some of the best RNG to be able to pull off a world record. It's just gotten to that point, which is a good problem to have, because that just means the runs are getting more optimized and the community is getting better. But with that being said, there are some runs, like I just mentioned, Nocturne Totem, that don't require any RNG, basically, and it is pure skill. You either have the skill to hit the shots and do the strafe, or you don't. And I don't, so I don't even try. I would say Die Rise is a pretty unique one on Black Ops 2. If I remember correctly, right now Daniel has the record with some crazy time, and I tried to beat it. It's either Daniel or Excosis. I can't remember. But the use of permaperks on that map is what makes that map, and also it's Die Rise, so you're like doing insane strafes between buildings, and you have to... I don't know. If you want to go watch it, go check it out and support whoever has the record. Or just go ahead and support Exosis and Daniel on your own time. Black Ops 1... Oh, I would say right now, 5 is the most... I wouldn't say it's the most unique, but... You do need a lot of RNG. Like, I don't know how you could maybe get record without it. Like, right now you have to get double points kaboom, but I mean, maybe you could do it with just a double and the insta. I don't know. Call of the Dead's pretty unique in the sense that, well, I guess I was gonna say it's unique because it's all based on the spawns, but that's literally Moon in a nutshell. I guess Moon would have to be the most unique. Because even though it utilizes RNG, it doesn't use it in the same factor as we think. Because when we say RNG, we think, oh, power-ups, or, I don't know, if you're doing an Easter egg speedrun, you're like, oh, the cycle to get this item, or whatever, the part. But for Moon, the RNG is solely, zombie spawns. Either you get the zombie spawns that give you enough points to get a record, or you don't. It's just simple as that. You can play as well as you want every game, but it's really hard to make up time for bad spawns, no matter the skill of a player. It's all basically comes down to that RNG. And I mean, people were trying to implement the, leaving the no man's land with like 500 or 400 points less, and then hoping for a kaboom drop on a good spawn with that. And if you do that, you know, then maybe that'll work out. But I think Moon would have to be the most unique. Moon and Nocturne Totem. I mean, Call of the Dead's kind of unique too, but you still really need a power-up. That one's just movement-based, but there's... What run isn't movement-based at this point? Man, if I don't hit this jump a single time in this video, I'm about to get flamed. I mean, I'm just going through the maps in my head. I guess Verrucht and Numa are unique in the sense that you're not activating 3 things, but more so you're activating 1 thing 3 times. And then the speedrun is just to get to that 1 thing as fast as possible. So it has a much lower time compared to other runs. but it also is a good bit more RNG dependent, because I was pitiful. Because like on Shinonuma, I don't think there's a way you can get record without a power-up. Because I tried it for way too long and I never got one. Like even with the best RNG possible, and no, like, and that includes no drops, like best spawn RNG, I couldn't get it. I'm being too snappy with my strafe. I need to have more of like a fluid motion. In Black Ops 2, I guess Buried is a unique run in the sense that depending on your point of view of first box patch, which we will hopefully get the rules for Black Ops 2 going somewhat soon. Buried either becomes a pure RNG run, where if you don't get the paralyzer, your run's dead, or it's a pure movement run, where if you have a first box patching, you always get paralyzer. It's purely up to movement and how you play. So, I guess that one's unique in that sense, but we can explore the first box patch later. I really want to hit this, man. What else? Transit, I guess. I'd say Transit's unique in that you don't really have to have a lot of points, but you have to have good luck. I mean, that's just every map, though. I would say it's unique in the way of how you move around with the teleporters, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the only map that uses teleporters in Black Ops 1 and 2. I mean, every other map you just run. So it utilizes a different kind of movement, I guess. Mob of the Dead, now that they have... I'm basically just going over every map and saying, like, what's unique about them at this point, but... Mob of the Dead was kind of normal until the glitch came around with the Ghost Nade. I don't know what the technical term for it is. That's been coined by the community, but I've always called it Ghost Nade. But I think that and the ability to minimize that run as much as we could was really unique and really helpful for just improving runs and runners to be the best that they could be. What's after Mob of the Dead? Buried, I already know that. Origins. Origins is unique in the sense that the developers suck. I've been over this. There's pinned messages in the Discord if you want to know about Origins, but we don't talk about. So I only got like a minute and a half left, and I haven't had a single strafe. I'm kind of stressing right now, because it'd be pretty embarrassing if I didn't, but I haven't played in a while, so I guess I'll cut myself some slack. It's been a while, and obviously I'm rusty. I thought that was it, man. I also saw, I think it was maybe Orbic in the comments that said that I can bind a keybind to noclip to practice a specific jump. And I think I talked about this in my very first little mini podcast, but I said that the reason why I don't do that is so I can practice movement running back, and it gives me time to talk and, you know, go over any questions in my mind without having to put all my mental on strafing. I might just keep going until I hit it once and then call it then, because this is kind of embarrassing. This is a 40-minute video. Hey, it is what it is. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I guess since I'm going until I hit the strafe, the next thing to talk about that I was planning on for the next one or something was COD records. I mean, I guess that's the talk of the town right now, but it is really nice to felt voiced, where people actually cared. Um, I mean, I think all the time that I spent on SRC and ZWR, I mean, I tried to message out to people and say, hey, I want to talk about this problem, and they say, okay. They talk about it, okay, sure, let's get it figured out. We get it figured out, and then nothing happens. No change, or there's just no commitment to the song speedrun community. And for SRC, it really did feel uh, kind of unneeded, because obviously round speedruns were getting uploaded, and so were Easter egg speedruns, but I felt like this summer it was a ton of song speedruns, especially for Black Ops 1 and the blow up that this community had. And it did just kind of feel iffy to be submitting all of our runs on a website that had people that don't even really care, or at least it felt like they didn't care. Maybe they did care and they just didn't know how to properly show it, but I just don't think that that's how a community should be ran. Which is why I started the spreadsheet. You know, maybe the spreadsheet was a bad idea because it just separated the song speedrunning community from everyone else even further, but I think in the situation that we had, it was the best thing going forward, because it's either you cut off the piece of you that's dying and start anew, or you just let it sit there and rot while you try and make up for it. Man, this is actually so sad. I should be hitting this. Whatever. But yeah, Bravely has already, like, personally messaged me and said, hey, like, what do you want to see personally for this community? And, like, I don't think that's ever happened. So I think, I haven't heard a lot of people's opinions on COD Record right now, because, one, I've been busy, and two, I'm not the biggest fan of hearing other people's opinions first, and then letting my opinions formulate over what they said. I like to form my own opinions, and then I'll discuss it with people after the fact. But I think COD Records is in a good position right now. I think everyone in the community is in a good position. I think if anyone is shitting on COD Records right now, it's just because they were expecting a grandioso website that could personally get records for them, so they didn't have to do any work. I don't really know what people expect. Well, I just know what I expected, and that was being heard. And I've already received that, so it doesn't matter if the website's absolutely dog shit, which it isn't. But if it was, I would still support it because they support me, you know? Alright, let's hit this. Man, I thought that was it. What else is there to talk about? Oh, I stroll immensely. I don't know. I mentioned, I think in the last podcast, that I wanted to be a school teacher, which I still want to do. My plan is to be a high school band teacher, but I also am a big esports guy. Now, if I hit this strafe jump soon, I'll have a whole esports talk in the next one, but I guess I'll just do a little briefing that I think esports is pretty influential in today's society, and I think more people should get involved with it, regardless of if you're the best of the best or not. It's good for those who can't compete in traditional sports that, you know, may have something holding them back. Like, when I did esports in high school, there was a guy on my team that had asthma, and he was like, I can't play, like, many traditional sports because my body just won't let me. And, you know, there's everyone's out there has a different problem, or they have no problems, and it's not my job to judge people for that and say, you should do this because it'll be the easiest. But I do think that it gives an opportunity for those to have the experience of being on a traditional team without having to play any of the traditional sports. And traditional sports, I basically mean like baseball, soccer, football, American football for all the EU homies out there. And, what am I forgetting? Basketball. But I can dive into that in the next podcast if you all want to. Because I do think it is an interesting thing to talk about, because some people hate esports. They think it's so bad. They're like, video games are meant to be for fun. Why would you ever, you know, put it into that competitive aspect? And, this may be kind of a dumb answer, but if esports is a bad idea, then speedrunning is a bad idea. Speedrunning is not the same as esports, but it's still the same concept of competing with others in an online video game, regardless of if you're playing with them or not. Like, we're still competing, and we're still trying to improve ourselves to be the best. So I don't know. I think I'll talk about it in a different podcast. What I need to do is hit this damn trick. If we hit 30 minutes and I still haven't hit it, I'm just gonna call it quits and cry myself to sleep at night. Because, man, this is a disaster. But it is good to talk about a lot of stuff. If you all watched this video all the way through, like, I really appreciate it, because I know that 30 minutes was a whole lot of time. Like, I wouldn't have time in my normal day to watch a 30-minute video. Maybe I'm just way too busy, but it is what it is. Dude, what is wrong with me? I just suck, I guess. I feel like I've shorted almost every jump. Alright, I'm gonna shut up for this attempt, and I'm just really gonna try and hit it. And I'm gonna try really hard. Which means I'm definitely gonna miss it. Oh my god. I thought that was it. What else? What else? What else? Obviously let me know what you all want me to talk about in the comments down below, because I do think that helps me come up with what to talk about. But, some things I do want to talk about in the future are, like, my favorite games of all time, maybe just music in general, not music necessarily pertaining to Black Ops Zombies, but just music in general, like jazz, which is, I'm not sure if you all can hear it right now, because I have it pretty quiet in the back, but if you can, you know, hope it's cozy. Maybe we can talk about sports and stuff. I'm not a huge sports guy, but I would say my favorite sport is definitely soccer. I played soccer when I was younger, in middle school, high school, elementary school, did all that. So I would say I'm a football man. I don't watch a whole lot of sports, but obviously, like, if I'm just chilling and I got nothing to do and there's a game on TV, I'll watch it. Man, if I really spend 30 minutes and don't hit this a single time... Jesus. Oh. I'll probably do like 3 more attempts and then close it, because I don't want to waste everyone's time here. I guess I just have to get back in the swing of playing consistently, but it is really hard. I think I'll just have to start picking it up during winter break for me, for school. Because it is hard to get on every day when you have 10 to 12 hour days. I just don't know. I didn't expect it to go 10 extra minutes, so hey, that's my fault. That's my fault. I guess this will be the last attempt, and I'll wrap it up here just for the sake of everyone. Man, didn't hit it a single time in 30 minutes. Mega yikes. I have world records, by the way. I'm a world record holder. See, this is just me trying to tell you all that anyone can do this shit. It's not that hard. It's just, you have to have patience. That's really all it is, but you know what in there... What am I trying to say? What in speedrunning doesn't require patience to get the best luck? You know? So, if y'all made it this far, thank you so much. Sorry you went an extra 10 minutes. Maybe I'll make an extra mini podcast to give you back your time that you missed out today. But seriously, if y'all made it to the end, thank you. I really appreciate it. Just let me know in the comments if y'all want me to talk about anything else. You know, I don't have anything planned or scheduled. I just talk about whatever. But thank you all for the support. I will hopefully be releasing the info and the results of the votes. If not today, then hopefully by the end of this week. Because I have to talk to Zio about all that. But thank you all again. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day. Peace.